Lakeland Radio on a Saturday. Hello, Richard.
Hello.
Richard Craig.
Yes, that's it.
Absolutely. Now then, you're a local chap.
Yep.
And basically you're in today to talk about autism.
Yes.
And Aspergers, which yourself, since 3 or 4 years of age, you've been diagnosed with.
Yes, I have.
Absolutely. Now then, it's a remarkable statistic. 1 out of 100 people.
That's correct. Have an autism spectrum condition.
Isn't that unbelievable?
I'd say it's accurate when I guess when you're in the know.
In the know about it.
You can. I see a lot of people who, either have a diagnosis or don't, and it's. I can see why that statistic is as it is, but when I was diagnosed, it was 1 in 1,000.
That's right.
And then prior to Aspergers syndrome being added to the diagnosis, it was something like 1 in 5,000. So
it's amazing. I guess the more people learn about it,
yes,
the more people can there you are.
Yes.
Now then, so there's group meetings for
Yep.
people to talk about this, and it's taking place in the Duke of Cumberland, which is a good little eatery as well.
Yeah.
And it's the 2nd and 4th Thursday of the month, so the next one will be the 12th.
Yes.
Which is next week, the 26th.
And the 26th, yes.
And it's a social gathering, and people can come down. They don't have to have a meal, they can have a drink, a chat. And what can be gained from that, do you think?
I think because everyone at the meeting either has an autism spectrum condition, whether that's autism or Asperger syndrome, like myself, or is a friend or family member of someone with an autism spectrum condition, everyone's in the same boat. There's no judgment, there's no kind of sense of...
No demands.
There's no demands. There's no demands.
Absolutely.
It's because it's laid back and it's friendly. There's no pressure to turn up. So if for whatever reason don't feel like turning up,
everyone's at the same level. There's no chairman. There's no secretary or anything like that. Really.
There's no pressure. There's no demand. So it's friendly because everyone's on the same wavelength and has had similar experiences. It's reassuring because, as you said, the statistic 1 in 100. But I think a lot of people with autism spectrum conditions, because I've been there, kind of wonder, why am I struggling doing this or that, and kind of think that we're alone, but we're not.
No, of course, absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's an important thing. Is it something that scares you or not, really?
When I was younger it did, because I didn't understand it a lot more, but the past few years I've been doing talks to schools and had to research it a lot more. Now I kind of see it's just a characteristic of my personality that makes me a quirky individual.
Your shirt, by the way, a very bright shirt you're wearing today. I do like that.
Yeah.
Right here, what I'm going to do, I'm going to play a tune now. I believe you're a Pharrell Williams fan.
I'm a fan of the song Happy because a lot of good news coming my way recently, so why not?
Absolutely.
Yep.
Absolutely. A relationship, I'm hinting there.
Yes, and coming on Lakeland Radio, so a new relationship and coming on Lakeland Radio, I couldn't be happier.
Brilliant. Let's play it.
Awesome.
It is Lakeland Radio. That's Pharrell Williams and Happy. A good tune. Good choice, by the way, Richard.
Thank you.
Joined by Richard Craig. We're talking about Asperger's. We're talking about autism. And we're talking about how people can learn more. Where can they visit if they want to go to a local website?
Well, our support group has a website which is www.southlakesautism.co.uk.
That's good to remember that.
Yep.
I like that.
And unfortunately at the moment we're still working on a new version of the website which isn't live, but we still have lots of information on that website. We have
Facebook, possibly?
Yeah,
Twitter?
we have a Facebook group which is closed, so you have to be added in, so that avoids any unwanted parties coming in.
Certainly.
And to learn more about the group in general, the Facebook group and so on, can contact Sally Percival, who helps me run the group.
She does a sterling job, doesn't she?
Yes.
Lovely stuff. That's good. So we got a phone number, we got a website address, we've covered that off.
Yep.
So you're 22?
Yes.
Actually, you get out and about, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
You do the bright lights of Lancaster?
Yeah. Do Bright Lights of Kendal and Lancaster, as you do.
Absolutely, that's what it's about.
I just wanted to quickly mention more about autism spectrum condition.
Yeah.
The reason I use the term autism spectrum condition is because it is the new diagnostic term. So if you suspect someone of having autism or Asperger syndrome and may have a diagnosis, someone might come back and say, so-and-so has autism spectrum condition.
Right.
So that is kind of a banner, if you will, or so autism and Asperger syndrome are now under the name of autism spectrum condition, if that makes sense.
Right, so that's ASC.
ASC, that's one.
Yeah.
And it's characterised with social difficulties, not really understanding sarcasm or literal interpretation of things.
And many famous people have it, don't they?
Yep, we've got suspected individuals like Albert Einstein, Bill Gates and Mark Zuckerberg,
Yeah.
who have all changed the world in one way, shape or form.
Absolutely. They sort of expand their talents in other areas sometimes.
Yes.
Which is really strange.
I think, a different perspective helps.
Different perspective, yeah.
Yeah.
That's what it's about.
Yep. I think that stems from people with autism tend to have restrictive interests or activities, so it can be focused on one thing solely.
Yeah.
Maybe due to the social difficulties and impaired non-verbal communication may go on and on about said topic. Even if you say, oh, it's wonderful you like trains so much, but you've been going on about it for an hour, but they'll just think, oh, they're still interested and carry on.
That's right,
But you may have strange non-verbal communication, so maybe inconsistent or strange eye contact and things. So if anyone thinks that somebody they know has a form of autism, I'd fully encourage going through channels of diagnosis, because if
initially through a GP.
Yes, I think I understand that the referral has to be made through a GP.
Yeah. And then of course there's the support which we've spoken about here.
Yeah.
Both.
I think it's just handy, because if someone does have autism and they haven't been diagnosed, they may go through life wondering, why can't I do this? What's wrong? And a lot of people have an idea of stigma about a label, and I completely understand that.
Of course.
For me, just for me personally, it gave me answers.
Yeah.
And it just eased my mind, thinking, well, okay, I do struggle in said situation, but I know why, and because of that, I've been able to work on myself and get better.
Absolutely. And a confident young man in front of me.
Yeah, and that's what the support group's about. We're all there to help one another.
Brilliant. And just before you go, contacts again.
Yep, that's website www.southlakesautism.co.uk.
Brilliant, Richard. Well, thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
No problem at all.